What up? It's your boy Cashmere. Um, I just stole General Trevor's intro, but that's okay. He should promote me on his channel because we're homies. But anyways, today we're doing a ranking of all of the Total Drama winners. And that's literally just all of the finalists because of Total Drama alternate endings, which one day I'll probably make a video essay about why the alt endings are just stupid. Because I have multiple points that I would like to share, and I think most of the fan base kind of likes alternate endings, so it'd be nice to stir things up, stir the pot a little bit. But the 2023 winners are not included just yet. I have spots for them on the tier list, but I will not include them right away because I want people who haven't seen the 2023 season to still be able to watch this video, but at the end I will talk about them and where I would place them on the list. With spoilers, so that people who haven't seen the new season can just click off and like the video before they click off. But the criteria for ranking the winners will be sort of a mix, because it'll be like objective factors but with subjective opinions thrown in there, like but not completely, because there are some characters where I really like them and they will probably be lower on the list just because they don't make much sense as a winner. And so the more suggestive factors will just be like how much I like the character, but that's a small portion. Mostly I would like to rank them on narrative sense, like are they involved in the plot? Do they have a storyline? Is their win deserved? Did they play the game well? A mix of all of those things. And once I put someone in last place, you will completely understand. And it's Mike/Mel in All Stars. And I mean, does anyone really like Mike and Zoe in All Stars? Like, I feel like no one is into that. But I mean, Zoe would be a good winner on her own if they didn't make her stupid, but Mike was Mal like the entire time and just carried him through the entire thing, and so that's why it's bad, because like he just straight up didn't play the game. And I guess more subjectively, Zoe and Mike are just not likable in the season, and Zoe would be a tier above him because at least she did play a good game, even though she's absolutely infuriatingly dumb. How she doesn't realize that something is going on with her boyfriend. Like, is Courtney the evil Alejandro's talking about? Like, girl, get out of here. So these two are bottom two, and hopefully I don't have to explain much. This guy literally wasn't even there, and All Stars just sucks. So we all agree that they're in the bottom two, and we agree because I said so. Now Beth is 14th, and listen, this is probably more subjective, because I feel like objectively she, on a narrative sense, she could be above who I'm going to put in these spots, but she's just so mid. Like, she's the definition of mid. Like, who let this girl win Total Drama action? Like, that Lindsay rumor where, like, people are like, oh, her voice actor had a family emergency and so she couldn't, like, first of all, that's not how voice acting works, but it's honestly a believable story, but, like, if you don't know anything about voice acting, because why would Beth win the season? Like, that makes no sense. Most people would rather have, most people want Lindsay and Harold to really be in the finale. Not necessarily together, but at least, like, put them as like candidates to win. And even though Shawn or Justin would probably, most people would probably agree. So Beth is just kind of mid. Like, she just doesn't have the likability factor, because they like tried to make her a protagonist, but I feel like in execution it's more like Duncan is actually the protagonist, which is kind of sad. But yeah, I mean, she did kind of play the game well. Like, she was kind of under the radar despite the fact that she went beast mode on some of the challenges, but other than that, there's just no reason to root for her. Like, she doesn't have, like, a good, like, storyline necessarily. She's just, like, kind of a decent game player, but there's nothing that makes you want to root for her over Lindsay or Harold or even Lashana or freaking Justin. Like, why would you root for this? Why would you root for this girl? She has nothing to offer. But anyways, next in the ranking is Alejandro. And I know some of you probably just gasped. You went, you gasped, but Alejandro's my second favorite character in World Tour, and he's definitely in my top 10 Total Drama characters of all time, because he was even good in All Stars. Like, everyone sucked in All Stars unless they were like an early boot, but even then, that's like part of the suckiness. But Alejandro, like, he tried to carry All Stars. Like, he, even with a new voice actor that doesn't fit as well as the original, he tried, like, he tried to win. And but in World Tour, narratively, it just doesn't make sense that he wins. Like, Heather is obviously supposed to be like the canon winner, because even in Alejandro's ending where he wins, he still gets kneed in the groin and then sent down the volcano on the ice cube. Like, he loses no matter what, really. But then he technically wins because Heather accidentally threw his in instead, and it's like, what are we, like, who came up with this ending? And that's why, particularly why he's so low, because in the ending where he does win, it sucks so much. Like, he still got owned by Heather, so like what's the point? Other than that, he's a really good character. It just doesn't make sense because the entire World Tour season is built around Heather, and so because of that, it's just like, why is he here? Like, obviously he should be here, but this is one of the moments where the alt ending's kind of screwed up, because it's like, why? Like, let Heather have her moment. Like, let her have her moment. Next is Lightning, which is for a similar reason, and I think Lightning's a pretty likable character, and once again, the alt endings kind of screws it up, because I think the storyline with him not liking Cameron and like having a Brains versus Brawn finale, like that's a really good idea. And I think the finale episode itself, especially the one where Cameron wins, is really good, but like it just kind of screws it up because there's no reason to root for Lightning. Like, if he was he makes a good finalist against Cameron, but there's no reason for you to want him to win. Like, it doesn't make narrative sense. Like, he was strong physically, but he got played by like everyone because he was really stupid. He got played by Scott and Joe a lot, and he did rise against them. So I guess he, in his own way, even has an underdog story compared to Cameron. But it's just, when one winner outshines the other one so much, it just kind of shafts them, because Lightning could be like a good comedic winner, but when they change his storyline so that he hates Cameron all of a sudden because he like stole his win, even though I'm pretty sure it was an accident, like, it just makes Lightning seem more unlikable than he should be. But that's why he's down here now. Who's next? Oh, it's Sky. I feel like objectively, she and Shawn are like the best winner candidates for Pakistan Island, but it's like, there's really no reason to root for her, because even my 10-year-old self, when I watched this season, when it came out, like, I was stupid back then, but even then, in the first episode, I could tell that Sky was gonna be a finalist. Like, it was that obvious. And so it's just really boring because of that, because she just, like, her entire character is just, here's the character who's going to win. And so because of that, it's just really boring, and like, objectively, it makes sense that she would be a finalist and win, narratively, because she's like kind of the main protagonist, I guess. But she's just not a likable winner. Like, why? Like, if she wins, I feel nothing, so I don't know. What am I supposed to do with that? Anyways, next is the surfers from Redonkulous Race. I didn't even mention it in the intro, but I am including the surfers from Redonkulous Race. But I'm only using one character to represent the whole team. But the surfers in their own right don't make bad winners, especially because, like, if they were going to have the police cadets in the finale for, like, marketing purposes, it makes sense that they would have, like, a boy-boy group and then a girl-girl group in the finals for the marketing reasons. But the fact that the surfers came back bothers me a lot, because, like, we've never had that happen, and I feel like it's unfair. Like, they skipped out on a portion of the game, and I know some people don't. I know for some people it doesn't bother them, because I'm pretty sure the way the surfers went out is, like, unfair, and I'm watching Redonkulous Race right now, so I haven't gotten to that part, but I'm pretty sure it was unfair. So for some people it doesn't bother them, but for me it's just kind of, I don't know, it's mid. Like, they would be decent winners if they didn't return, but because they returned, it's just kind of mid. I am glad it was them instead of the best friends, though, but I'd rather have, like, father and son with the sisters in the finale. Although they wouldn't do that, because then it would be 4 girls in the finale, and this is a Cartoon Network show in 2014 or whatever, so they could not have that, okay? They had to market to both genders. But anyways, who is 9th? It's Shawn. There's only 6 down here, but the 2023 winners are good, okay? Trust me, they're good. Shawn is kind of like Sky. He's just really predictable as a Pacateo winner, because who the hell else is supposed to win? Like, who else? Unless it would be Jasmine, but actually like Shawn a little bit more than Jasmine. I know Shawn is really popular. Actually, he's like really popular for Pacateo, and I think if he was in a different season, he would not be this popular, but he stands out in Pacateo because he is like, he's an okay character to me. His relationship with Jasmine is just not entertaining, though. Like, I just don't, like, they fight and argue so much about stupid things, and I'm like, I just don't, like, I don't care. Like, why are you, like, I don't care. Well, he makes a decent winner, and yeah, I would say he's just a decent winner. But he is predictable like Sky, because at least, I mean, he's less predictable than Sky, though, because Sky was predictable from, like, the first episode that she would be a finalist, but at least for Shawn, it's like, it only becomes obvious a little bit later that he will win, but yeah. Who's next? Next is MacArthur. Oh wait, no it's not. I'm lying. I'm lying, it's not. It's Duncan. Everyone screamed. But no, it's Duncan, because Duncan makes a great like total drama winner in general, and I think if he played better, he would definitely be one of the GOAT winners. Because Duncan is such a good total drama character and player in general that it makes sense for him to win a season. But action, it's just like, why why are you here? He's very proactive in the merge. Like, he does a lot in the merge and is very entertaining there. And if they continue that, he would make a great winner. But it just doesn't work out that way, because when Courtney returns in like right before the merge, he just kind of becomes Courtney's boyfriend then, and kind of falls in the background, and I don't know. He just doesn't do as much. He's not as much of a threatening presence because Courtney is like pussy whipping him. But anyways, yeah. So he'd make a great winner otherwise. I think if they changed it, if they changed his character to be better in the merge, he'd be really one of the best winners. But in total drama action in general is just not. I definitely think he's a better winner than Beth, just because overall it makes more sense in the entire series for like a great player like Duncan to win over someone like Beth, who never appears in the series again. So that's another reason why she's not that great of a winner. Like, even the writers knew. They were like, we're not putting her in All Stars. We're not putting her in World Tour because she doesn't really have much to offer. And I guess you could say it's because she's a completed arc, but I'm biased, so I'm gonna say it's because she's mid. All right, now 7th. I finally stopped lying. It's the Police Cadets. They're a bit better than the Surfers. They're like the main protagonist, and this is like the first like winner I don't necessarily have a problem with on the list, because even Duncan, it's like that goes to show how a lot of the total drama finalists are not that great in my opinion. Like, because freaking 7th place is the first one where I don't necessarily have anything bad to say about their win. The Police Cadets are like the main protagonists because they're always fighting against the ice dancers, and so it makes sense that they would win the season, and they're like pretty likable. They're not super likable, and I know people hate MacArthur. I know some people hate MacArthur, but I think she's fine. Like, she has her funny moments and then her more annoying moments, so I think it balances out. But they make good winners. They are predictable winners, because I think even when I was young, when the season came out, I was like, they're probably gonna win. Although I also thought the best friends were gonna be in the finale, so thank God that didn't happen. They would be lower because they are really boring. But yeah, they're just decent winners. That's really all there is to say. There's nothing bad to say about them, but nothing good either. So. 6th place and 5th place are where I would put the 2023 winners, so we're going to skip it for now and come back to that later for the non-spoiler section. But anyways, number 4 is Owen. No, that's the wrong one. I'm flopping already. Anyways, number 4 is Owen, and I'll go ahead and put Gwen up there because I think I want to talk about them at the same time. Island has the best final 2 to me because it's just so great, because Owen is not like, he doesn't have like an arc. He doesn't like necessarily change or grow as a character, and he's not like a super like strong game player. He definitely has his moments, but this is one of the benefits of total drama being a cartoon, because it's not Survivor, you know, like the best game player doesn't need to win or go far even. Like, it makes sense for Owen to win because he's the mascot, and in later seasons I think he becomes a little bit obnoxious and overstays his welcome, but in Island he's a great character and has so many great interactions. And whether Gwen or Owen win, I think in Island it's just a really wholesome, feel-good ending, because either way it just feels like they deserved it so much, and it totally makes sense, because I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I think when they were writing Island, they didn't know if they were going to have a second season yet, so I think they really wanted to like end with a bang and have it feel really good whether Owen or Gwen won. And Owen wins in like the most countries. Like, I'm pretty sure Gwen wins in like 5 small countries, so like, I don't know what she's supposed to do about that, but I like them so much as a final 2 and both as winners, because Gwen is like the main protagonist who has more plot and character arc, where she like learns she learns to not hate everyone. Like, wow, what a great arc. But yeah, it is nice to see her grow, and she was a good game player as well. She didn't have much strategy at all because she was like didn't want to be there, but she was pretty good game wise and like kind of neutral-ish social wise. It's a very hard word to say, but and then Owen is just such a feel-good winner. Like, he's the mascot of the entire series, and so it feels good to see him win. And either way, it's just very satisfying. And I'm not necessarily sure if this is an unpopular opinion, but these two are like the best final 2, and they're both really good winners in their own right. Now next is, I think this is an unpopular opinion, number 2 is Cameron. He's not like one of the best total drama characters of all time, but his win is very satisfying. It's a very basic story arc he has, because he's the main protagonist, and his arc is just like overcoming his enemies despite being a weak nerd, and that's definitely something we see in media a lot, but in the context of total drama it works. And the best thing about Cameron, and he's a nerdy or smart, knowledgeable character that can actually use that in the game. Like, there are a lot of total drama characters where they're kind of nerdy or smart, but it never, like, they don't ever actually use it, like, in the game to benefit themselves. But Cameron actually does. Like, he comes up with smart plans all the time, and he's also not like, he's like a good guy, but he's not like a goody two-shoes protagonist. Like, he, in the balloon episode of Revenge of the Island where Heather shows up, he sabotages Joe, and it was really smart, because at first you're kind of like, why is he just tagging along with Joe? But then he overcomes Joe and votes her out with lightning, and so that's great. Like, it's so great how he does that. And so he's like really proactive, and he's really proactive in the game, and he actually does stuff, and it's just really satisfying to see him win. And I definitely feel like he's the intended winner, because I'm pretty sure even when Lightning wins, it's still like the same scenario where Cameron's suit attracts the lightning, I think, that strikes both of them. So either way, it's like, it seems like Cameron is the intended winner, especially because it just makes so much sense, and it's more of a feel-good winner. And I don't mind in like antagonists winning, but the way they usually go about it in total drama just isn't that good. But here it really, really works, and he's just a very great winner. Like, what can I say? The season is built around him winning, so it's great. And now last is Heather. This is not unpredictable at all. It's very predictable, but Heather is just the best winner to me, and I'm not sure if they're, I think they could come up with like so many more total drama seasons, and they will never still top a winner like Heather in World Tour. But I don't mean that in a negative way. I just think, because not every winner needs to be like Heather, but I just think she was so good, and Heather's such a funny and entertaining character despite being an absolute bitch. And so because of that, it's really satisfying to see her overcome Alejandro and see like Cody and Harold like actually root for her, and people are actually rooting for her as the lesser of two evils. And she was robbed of her money, okay? She was robbed either way. And it totally makes sense that she's like the intended winner, because like I said earlier with Alejandro, like either way, she still knees him in the groin and overcomes him, but then she accidentally throws his pineapple dummy in the volcano, and then so Alejandro technically wins. Not like it matters anyways, because either way, no one gets the money. But she's just such a great winner, because the entire season is built around her. More than any other main protagonist, even this season, the World Tour is just completely built around her and how she overcomes. And she does have some plot armor and a little bit of luck. It's not as bad as Island, and I don't think it's as bad as some people say in World Tour, but even I can overlook that, because from a narrative storytelling perspective, it's just so perfect, and Heather's win is the best of all time. So now I'm going to talk about the 2023 winners, and so if you haven't seen the season, then you can go ahead and click off now after you subscribe and like the video. But we're going to be talking about Bowie and Priya. Now, this is where an antagonist win actually is good, and they could even go above Owen and Gwen later, but I think we'll see how that works, we'll see. But for now, they were just, like, I think that's the best. Like, with the story they were telling, I think this is the best final two they could have chosen, because Bowie is not necessarily evil. The only, like, evil thing he did was when he broke up Priya and Millie's friendship right at the end, but I think he works as a main antagonist winner, or just an antagonist winner in general, way better than Lightning and Alejandro, because it just feels deserved, you know? And Priya as well. Priya's win is divisive, because I totally understand people saying, like, well, her winning, like, kind of proves her parents right in a way, her shitty, abusive parents who trained her to be a total drama winner. And I could totally see that, but at the same time, she, like, if she wins, like, she might get to go to med school, but she makes a great total drama winner anyways, because it seems like she was made to win, but she's just a lot more likable and dynamic, like Sky or Zoe. And so because of that, it's just way better. And, yeah. Both of these are great winners, and they, like I said, they could go higher eventually, but for now I'm just putting them here. But I can't wait to see what they do in Season 2, because I feel like both of these characters can still provide a lot in the next season, even if they already won. And I can't wait for the Bowie finale to officially be released, because I want to see what happens in it. Like, I want to see if Julie gets her cut of the money, and like who's cheering for him, and anyone is upset that he wins, because I know Kayla would be upset, but yeah. Anyways, this is my winner ranking. Go ahead and post yours in the comments if you want to. If you disagree with mine, you can shout at me and yell at me and dislike the video. But anyways, I hope my reasons at least made sense for why they deserve to win. So I hope you all have a good day.